Hey, what up y'all, it's me, your boy Lil D, coming at ya from the den with another nursing video. And in today's video, I want to talk about delegation and prioritization as a new grad nurse. But before we get into that, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe. I post nursing related videos 2 times a week here on this channel, usually on Wednesdays and Sundays. So if you haven't done that, you can go ahead and do that now. But yeah, let's get into it. So for those of you who do not know me, my name is David. I work in Arizona here on a neurotelemetry unit, and I have worked on this unit for 4 years now. I have taken the preceptor courses, and last year I got my first new grad nurse who I spent 3 months with, and it was really cool to do. So if you're watching this and you are a seasoned nurse, I recommend that you do look into being a preceptor on your unit. You get paid a little bit more, and it's actually a lot of fun teaching somebody the right way, if you do it the right way, which you should, but the right way. As a new nurse, prioritization was really stressful for me. I'm a Virgo, so I feel like I have to have things in line, like 1, 2, 3. But in healthcare, things are always changing. Your plan that you develop is subject to change. Just like the patients have to be go with the flow, some of the best nurses are go with the flow. And prioritizing your day starts from the very beginning when you get shift report. It is at this time that I look at all my patients and I start prioritizing right then and there. I like to see who is awake, who wants to be seen, who is alert and oriented, who can I get in the room fast and then go on to the next patient. And then I also like to see who is sleeping, who doesn't want to be bothered, who is not alert and oriented, and then who is going to take the most amount of time. And I try to see these ones last. Not because I'm being rude or anything, I just want to go see the ones that I can see quickly and get them over with, and then spend more time with those that need more of my attention. A difficult concept to grasp though is that no matter how you prioritize your day, someone is always going to be upset with you. Whether it's the patient, a family member, a doctor, there is always someone that's not fully going to be happy with how you're doing it, even though you feel like you're prioritizing in the best way, and you probably are. But there are going to be people that are upset that you took so long to see them, even though you were addressing something completely different. The plan of care for your patients is always changing. When I first see my patients, I do like to update their whiteboard and try and lay out the plan of care and kind of predict for them what they can expect for that day. Maybe which doctors are going to be coming around, which procedures are going to be having, what procedures go along before the actual procedures, and lay it out like that. But also let them know that we got to see the doctor and we'll see what they say, because that kind of gives them the idea that yes, this plan is subject to change. And as a nurse, there are tasks that are going to be placed on the back burner. And for myself, I do try and meet all my patients' needs, but if I need time and I can't do it at that exact moment, I try and schedule it with them for later. Maybe after lunch if they want to take a shower, or getting them ice chips, I can ask a CNA to go grab that for them, or maybe a blanket if we have an extra nurse. Hey, could you go grab this person a blanket? But sometimes some of these tasks are going to be placed on the back burner, and there are other things that you need to address more urgently. And unfortunately, another task that gets usually delayed is the patient being discharged. I never tell a patient when they're going to be discharged. I never say it's going to be in 2 hours, 3 hours, or as soon as the doctor gets here, because it's not until the doctor comes and sees the patient, until the doctor puts the orders in the computer and that I verify that all the orders are correct, that I actually give the patient a discharge time. Because they will come back at you saying, you said I'd be discharged at 10, or this doctor said I could get out of here. It's better to clarify all this with the patient and let them know this is the roll down on how being discharged goes. That way, as soon as they hear discharge, they're not trying to run out of there. To sum up prioritizing your day as a new grad nurse, I really just try and stick with that concept of seeing who is most alert and oriented, who can be seen quickly, and which of these patients can be held off on. That way you can take your time with them. And also in the meantime, take into consideration and not take it too hard if new orders get placed in between your plan where you have to stop what you're doing and go do this immediately, because that is just how it goes. Now let's talk about delegation. So prior to being a nurse, I was a nursing assistant on my unit for 3 years. I went to school for nursing while I worked on my unit. So I've actually been on this unit for 7 years, which is crazy to think about. But being in school, I saw how they taught delegation as a nurse. At the same time, I was working as a CNA, so I saw how delegation really worked. As a nurse, you can delegate as much as you want to anybody, but at the end of the day, the task, it comes back to the nurse. It falls back on you. If you ask a nursing assistant to get a weight, sure, they might get it eventually when they have time, but if the doctor comes to you, you don't tell the doctor, oh, I don't know why the CNA didn't get it, because you can very well get it yourself. And this kind of falls back on you. Delegating as a new grad nurse can be really weird if you think about it. You went to school and now you got your RN and you have the power where you're immediately in charge of this patient's care. Everything that happens to the patient happens through you. Physical therapy asks if they can see the patient and they talk to you. Nursing assistants come and verify things through you. And like I said, at the end of the day, all the care given to the patient falls back on the nurse. And in nursing school, they say that you can delegate all these tasks to the nursing assistant, but at the same time, you got to understand in real life that that nursing assistant might have 13 or 14 patients like they do on my unit, and they might not get to the task because they are also prioritizing their day, such as checking vitals, weights, baths, call lights, and then you got these extra tasks that maybe 4 other nurses are talking to this one CNA to do. So you really have to have patience in delegating as well. Now, I'm not saying not to delegate, but I'm just saying to do it wisely. Don't put too much on your CNA, because I wouldn't expect them to do all of that, especially for 4 or 5 nurses while taking care of 14 patients. So I think that is about it for this video though. I want to say congratulations if you're a new grad nurse, or maybe you're a nurse with experience and watching this video. But prioritizing and delegation is not something that you're going to learn even when you're done with your orientation with your preceptor after 3 months. This is a skill that's going to take a couple years to develop. If you haven't already, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe. I post nursing related videos 2 times a week here on this channel, and you can check out one of my other nursing related videos right here. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.